Hey traders, TG Watkins here. It's November 4th when I'm recording this, and we are one day before the election. In fact, I think you guys will be seeing this on election day. So, the pullback that I have been looking for a few weeks, I thought maybe it was going to be sometime in October, and then that didn't happen. And basically, the market just kept getting bullish right up until the last moment. I will show you a couple things because we obviously know that the market itself is finally starting to pull back. And for those who have the Moxie indicator or anybody else who is kind of looking at me and like how I trade and stuff, I do want to say that last week we perfectly called the what I call an inverse trampoline move. This is when price is above the 50 SMA, but the Moxie indicator is below zero. Basically, the simple rule is price should not be over the 50 SMA when the Moxie indicator is below zero. They're conflicting things. And so you can see that here is that we had, I think it was Thursday into Friday, we had price below, or something like this. Maybe it was Wednesday into Thursday, and then Friday we had the drop, something like that. But we had price get over the hourly 50 and the Moxie indicator was below zero, and I was on the mic all day saying, hey, I think this is a real issue, and at some point it's going to become a thing. And if we zoom in, we can see that right here on that day, let's see, it was the 30th, and you can see that price closed, like it opened the gap down, came up, and then rolled over and closed below the hourly 50. And I said, I think that's it. That's our signal. And sure enough, the market dropped from there, and we headed down to the daily 50 in one day. So it took one day to get down there. And now we've had 3 days of sitting on the daily 50. I would not be surprised if the market broke below the daily 50. Maybe tomorrow, if people are still wanting to kind of exit before the election. It could also happen later this week or throughout the week. We don't know what to really expect with the election. I'm sure people are thinking, well, we're not going to really have an answer on Tuesday, maybe Wednesday, maybe Thursday, maybe next week. We don't really know how contested this might be or how smooth or not smooth it's going to be. So just kind of be prepared, hang on to your hats. This is something that I've been looking for and wondering when it was going to happen. And one way to say that this was actually showing itself for a few weeks ahead of what the overall market showed, because the overall market, like the S&P, is a little bit masked by all the Mag 7, the FANG stocks, Mag 7, all that kind of stuff, because they finally broke last week when all of them had earnings and then they took them down. But if you look here on the RSP, which is the equal weight of the S&P, you can see that on the 21st is when this one started to break down below the hourly 50, and that was our first sign that the overall markets were going to start coming down. And you can see right here is when price flagged into the underside of a downtrending hourly 50 again, Moxie indicator below zero, and that was also what helped confirm to me that, hey, heads up, I think that the market, the S&P, is going to pull back and fall off of its hourly 50 and head towards its daily 50. And then we could also look at here, which is the breadth. This is the number of stocks over their 50-day SMA. And we could say, let's put our cursor right around here, the 18th. So just even a few more days before the RSP, we could see that this peaked out and started to roll over, and you could see that it broke its hourly 50. And basically, stocks had been starting to break down, move down, fall off of their daily 50 SMAs, and we went from having 80% of stocks over their 50-day SMA to now 48% of stocks over their 50-day SMA. So for right now, hey, this is the clear sign that investors are taking their chips off the table, bringing the markets down ahead of the election. This is something that was necessary anyway. It is hard for the market to kind of always be bullish, and that's kind of what we were experiencing over the last couple months, actually. We'd get up here, pull back, get up here, pull back, but now you can see here breaking that trend line, and we are making new lows on this. So we're going to have to go through some pain and turbulence right now, but that's okay. Just hunker down, and eventually this will provide, I believe, a good buying opportunity, because now we have stocks that are down, and that'll eventually become a buy the dip situation. We'll see if eventually this thing can regain itself. So let's just, as it, hunker down, be prepared for whatever's going to be happening over the tomorrow and the next day and all that kind of stuff. And then beyond that, well, let's keep going, because I actually just made a weekly watch list. It was my turn to make the weekly watch list for the Simpler Trading subscribers, and we actually had quite a few names that were looking pretty good. A lot of names that were still up and basically bucking the trend, being their own honey badger. So yeah, it's still good out there. We just have to kind of be patient. All right, guys. Hope that sits well with you. Let's see what kind of interesting times we may be living in over the next few days. And other than that, I'll see you guys in the next newsletter. Y'all take care. Hey, TG here with Simpler Trading. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like or comment below. Also, make sure to subscribe and click that notification bell so you can stay up to date with my market analysis. Or you can join my free newsletter with the link in the description. Good trading, and I'll see you at the next video.